Alright folks, I am back. Thanks for bearing with me while I grabbed some food. But let's do the same here in game. We were recommended that we spend our gold with Ron, who apparently sells frogs on a stick. I don't know if this is going to be all that appetizing after all. I like that though, to empty your purse and fill your bellies. That's pretty good. Well, this is an interesting little touch. Well, definitely want to take a peek at these guys. Guess we can't. Oh, there we are. Gotta find just the right spot before we can examine it. Oh, you'll like those. Chewy skewers. Find small frogs hiding under rocks. Spear with stick, then roast over fire. Crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside. Perfect for snacking. Whatever you say, Ron. Whatever you say. That's my ever-burning bounty. Made with the best parts of the lizard, cured with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on a chilly desert nights. That sounds pretty tasty. Let's take a look at the bread. I call that mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bittersweet cactus fruits, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going in the heat. That sounds delicious. Could work on the name. Mush loaf, not super appealing, but that really sounds quite good. Everyone's favorite. Plump white worms slathered in honey. Once you ate a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. I'd try it. I mean, I tried the skewer stew, but I don't know. I'm not one for something that just looks like you poked it with a stick and then fried it or cooked it. Honestly, the mush loaf sounded the best out of all of them, so that's what I'm gonna go with. $40 loaves. Holy crap. Alright. Well, guess we solved our food problem that I was talking about before. Though I wonder, oh. Do I eat the lot or share it? 40 loaves is a lot of loaves. Let's share the rest. Great generosity and small appetite. Oh, the writing in this is just fantastic. Alright. Did we actually get to keep any of the food that we just bought? No. Does he actually sell food? No. Does this guy sell food? Yeah, here we are. Alright. Oh, no, these are ingredients. Culinarian? Yeah, there we are. Alright. Oh no! we hit a crash. Let's see if I can't just get us back in right away. Sorry about that, folks. Go ahead and get myself signed in here real quick. Hopefully your day's going better than the games. But yeah, it's probably struggling a little bit. A lot of people trying to get on to try the new content. I like the new splash logo. Here's hoping we can get back in relatively quick. Uh-oh. Well, alright, we're 128th in the queue, so that could take a little bit of time. Well, while that loads, let me see what I can do for us to be entertained. 1 second here. Let's see if there's anything we can do that doesn't close this this window and makes us start all over again. Let's take a peek at what I've got here. Still 128. Just something to pass the time while we're waiting. Let's see if we can't get into can't get this game to run simultaneously. So 1 second here. But we're not gonna go full screen. Make that. Here, let me see if I can't get us into another game here. And sorry if you're getting both of those at the same time, or just the Final Fantasy music. 1 second, be right back. We'll get into a new game here. Alright, well, in the process of me trying to find something for us to watch or replay, it fixed itself. So, we're back into the game. Let me talk to this Mord Culinarian and buy some food here. We'll get the caramels. One, because I like them a lot, and two, it provides bonuses to piety, which is what helps our healing magic. So I'll go ahead, I'll buy 25 of those, and then we'll move them around in our inventory so we can get to them a bit simpler. And then I'll also add them to our hotkeys here. I don't really ever use X potions, so we'll go ahead and bump those out. Then we go talk to our guy again. Alright, sorry for the inconvenience of getting kicked out there, but now I've got something in backup to play while we wait. Alright, now we are welcome in Mordseek whenever we want. And we can see here that unlocked a whole bunch of quests. So might go check those out. But first, let's we still only need to be level 70 for the main story quest, so we'll keep talking to Cassard here. Alright, looks like Cassard needs to do a few more things here in Mordseek, but since he's our only way to get to where we need to go, might as well help him out. So let's go ahead and go pick up these items that he needs us to carry. Alright. Sort of a reminder as to how things work with regards to key items. Alright, well, we're still going to take this chest of perishables from Bun Bun. Oh, okay, never mind. Guess not the chest that we need. Oh wait, hold on. I think we need to actually show him the receipt first, so alright, well, invalid targets then. I guess he's not the one that we need to talk to. Well, then rather than wandering around uselessly, okay, we can't use the receipt to tell us what it is we're actually looking for, so I guess we're just gonna have to wander around Mordseek here until we find the goods that our friend Cassard had bought. Here we are, some more chests over here. Is this somebody we can use it on? Nope. What happens if we try to take the box of antiquities? Oh, okay, well this guy alright, well, looks like if we just collect them and it's for Cassard, they'll let us take them. Well, let's try these sack of herbal remedies. Alright. Got 2 out of 3. Let's try and track down this last one. Oh, that's funny. I don't know what quest sync means. That, I believe, is new to the, new to this version of the game. I don't think the armaments are something he's looking for. Alright. Considering he bought some medicines and some antiquities, or seems to fit more in line with what he is looking to pick up. Oh no, he didn't tell us what type of ore. Iron. He's looking for iron. Okay, perfect. I don't know if that actually mattered, whether or not we got it right. But I'm gonna say it did. That way I can feel good for getting it right. Run back to Cassard. Let's actually run. And hopefully we can finally move on to meet up with our friends. So we can hand over stuff that we collected for them. Aye, that's the lot. Alright, good work. And quick work too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you returned, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Oh, here's his middleman. Maybe. Oh, I think this is just who he's going to pass us off to. Alright, looks like our reputation precedes us even in another world. And it looks like we'll be able to continue on to Alizé without having to twiddle our thumbs here, as Cassard said. And then it looks like this guy is our path back to the Crystarium. More of that eye level 385, so not super helpful. I think we'll just hang on to what we're wearing until they offer something of a higher character level. The top of the rock spires. Well, let's head on out and make our way to the inn. Oh, I wonder if that's it there. Oh, wow. Okay, so the flood of light was literally like a flood of crystals, because you've got buildings just sort of stuck within the crystals. That's so cool. Am I going the right way? Yeah, there she is. Alright. Alright, looks like we'll be in charge of fighting anything that comes up. Looks like LSA has been touting our battle prowess. Definitely gonna have to come back here, do some of these little side quests to help level up, especially the ones with the plus signs. That usually means that they do something to unlock more within the area, such as Aether Currents so that we can fly. Oh, looks like we've got caught by a sandhole here. Okay, what keeps happening to our fair? Oh, we got signed out, that's right. Well, that makes sense at least. So we'll let our fairy heal us, and I'll just go ahead and keep attacking this guy. Seems like a pretty basic creature. He hasn't done any AoE effects at the moment, so nothing that I'm too worried about. I am a little concerned that combat as a scholar has gotten pretty basic. I'm really only using 2 abilities so far, but as I level up as a scholar, I should unlock more abilities. One interesting change is the Aether Flow, which is these 3 dots here. Can't be cast unless I'm actually in combat. So that's a interesting little tidbit there. Alright. Sense a hostile presence, so we can go ahead and fight these coyotes. Yeah, the combat so far hasn't been great, but looking forward to the first dungeon. That's where we'll really get to see the game shine. That being said, I don't know how far away we are from that, but we'll just keep pressing forward. Alright, looks like we gotta move forward and take out any more coyotes that we run across. And it looks like we've entered the area of Twitch. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, I'm definitely missing some of my previous combat abilities. It did spice things up a bit more than what it currently is outside of dungeons. But I'm not one to write things off prematurely, so I'm hoping as I level up and get more of the new abilities that it'll hit on more of that old school fun that I was having in the last expansion. Yeah, they definitely seem to have honed in the focus of what scholars do to just be more healing focus and less healing and damage like they were previously. And that being said, it does mean that our healing takes, or our fighting takes a little bit longer to do. Looks like John Shepard is also Well, we've got interrupted, which is a pain. I can help him out while I take care of this sand mole as well. See that I'm still doing some damage to the creatures fighting him, as well as the guy in front of us. Looks like John Shepherd is a red mage. You can tell by the rapier that he has equipped. Go ahead and get our dots on both of them. And rather than try to take them on one at a time, we'll just keep spamming Art of War to try and take them out as fast as possible. We'll have to... I think we can just take them out by ourselves. There we go. That is 2 dead coyotes, and we can run on back to talk to Tesleen? This would be Tesleen. I want that. That's an Aether Current. That is something that we can attune ourselves to so that we can eventually be able to fly in this area with our mounts. But right now we only have one, so it's not going to be enough for us to do that. If we take a look at our Aether Currents chart, we are now in Amarang. We just got the first of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 random ones, and then 5 tied to quests. But for now, we can go ahead, get ourselves going. So this is the Summoner. It is the more DPS class that can stem from Arcanist, which is the class that I started as. And then Scholar is what the Arcanist sort of evolves into. Looks like we're being chased by a few sand moles here. I'm sure they're... Oh, whoopsies. I think I angered that tortoise too. Alright, Celine still with us, just lagging behind. That's a cool looking enemy, the Nguzi. And there's the lizards that they're selling the meat of. And a scissor jaw, that's cool. Dangerous looking bug type enemy there. And looks like we have made it to where we were heading. Alright. So we've made it to Amarang. Where is it? Yeah, Amarang. Which seems very familiar to those who have played the original A Realm Reborn, which technically isn't the original, I know, but you know what I meant. Looks like we'll be running into Alice here in the very near future so that she can explain to us what's going on from her perspective. Alright. Looks like we're gonna go searching for Alice. First, let's attune to this Aetherite. And then we head on out the south side like they suggested. Oh boy, that's so cool. Oh wow. Yeah, sorry, I am struck by how cool some of these areas are. And it looks like that leads into another area. Ooh, but one that we don't know the name of yet. We'll catch up with Alice in a second. I want this Aether Current first. Alright, very interesting. So I'm wondering if I picked Alphanod first, if the levels would have been similar. Alright. We've discovered some footprints here. Let's see if we can't figure out where they go. To the northwest. Oh, off we go, I guess. Just keep tracking down more and more footprints. So when you're on a mount, you're less likely to be attacked. It's because you can move faster than the monsters. That being said, I now have 4 or 5 of them on me, but I got far enough away that I lost their aggro. So I can investigate more footprints. And even more footprints. What's down there? More bad guys. Cool. Sorry, I'm gonna stay focused. Now how in the world are you supposed to decipher which way she went from this? Thankfully, I don't think we have to. I'm noticing that my green screen is showing through a little bit. I'll try and fix that while this goes on. I think we'll remark on how impressive that is. It's not like we were the ones trying to get here. Someone was trying to bring us.
How are you?
And so we can see that Alice's equipment has changed quite a bit.
We fought them to a standstill then.
Okay, hopefully that is better.
The XIV did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when we last looked in on the sword. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it has.
Whoops.
Just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Uriel were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thagut and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the XIV by now. Should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tatara and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the sun. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Uriel's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Scimitars.
All right.
The Great Wall of White is a remnant of the flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrent was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Scimitars came to be. They were once living creatures, people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the
Well, that's
chance
crazy.
is out, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the most of it. The stronger Scimitars can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of more monstrosities.
Wow.
They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Scimitars' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the affliction they were talking about. Alright, looks like we're gonna encounter some sin eaters. Looks like Sir Weezus Breezes there got aggroed. Nope, alright. Looks like I got caught in that AoE blast. Looks like I'm gonna get caught in this one too. Yep. If you take damage while being talked to, it kicks you out. So I think I've moved away enough that I shouldn't get hit. I think I may have accidentally skipped part of that. I apologize. It looks like it continued from where things left off when I got attacked, and I was not expecting that. But nice little UI touch that I don't have to go click through all of the conversation again, that it just starts where I left off. So I'll know that for the future. We'll survey at this destination. Come on, finish. Ah! Alright, let's finish this guy as fast as possible here. Alright, there we are. I've eaten. Looks like Bellatrix there has decided to be the dancer class. She thankfully moved the Forgiven Cowardice out of the way. Interesting name. I like how, in order to signify that they are Tender Love was the name of the ability that was just used against me. In order to signify that these are creatures of the light, that they are completely white in coloration. Thanks. Looks like Weezus Breezes there gave us a little bit of help so that we could finish off that that creature a little faster. I'll run over here and get that Aether Current. Looks like I might have to fight the lizard in order to do so. Oh, no, wait, maybe? Nope, he got me. Alright. Fight this lizard. We can get that Aether Current and keep moving along. But now that we've remembered to eat, we'll get some more. We'll get 3% experience boost from killing this guy. That's not all for naught. Moving along at a pretty decent clip to getting to level 71. We're about a third of the way there. And when we get a moment to do those quests that we left behind, we should level up even quicker. But for right now, let's get that Aether Current and hop on a mount and go to the next destination that we need. So yeah, the mounts can be pretty crazy. This is a Garlean mech suit that you unlock from the main story quest in the previous expansions. Alright, no sin eaters at this location, so let's move on. I believe this griffin was a reward for being a subscriber for X amount of time. There's also mounts that you can buy in the Square Enix store. Personally have not. I just don't have the extra cash to toss around like that. But they give enough within the game that I'm not too worried about ever being in need of a new mount. They haven't really given a mount in the store that I really, it's like, I gotta buy that one. Here we are getting surrounded by a couple of guys. So we can go ahead and tell our fairy to cast Bay Illumination on us, which did not help. What about Whispering Dawn? Alright, I guess the fairy spells are only good if we are in a party, which is a little unfortunate. Since Kia helped us out by killing that sand mole, I'll help her out by just using Art of War now. Help do some damage to her Sin Eater as well. Help get her wrapped up with that mission as well. Off we go. This was one that I had to do a ridiculous number of fates to unlock. And the only difference between it and the other little ghost guy is that this one's shiny when it's dark out. I definitely burnt myself out with those fates for that mount. Well, that sounds super dangerous. Alright. Press onward. So it looks like the inn at Journey's Head is less of an inn and more of a hospital. I can't remember if we tuned. Okay, we did. No. Don't want to go anywhere. Let's get out of that. Now we can let Tesleen know. Little does Tesleen know, everybody we meet leads us from one battle to another. Looks like Alice's got a bit of a crush on us, according to Tesleen. Yeah, these people got much fancier chocobos than I do. Digging the red one a lot. Looks like we're being volunteered to help with the hospice care. Alright, well, we know that these folks are essentially just waiting to die. That doesn't mean we can't make them as comfortable as possible. So there's Pawnil. Totten was next. And I see Halric over there. It looks like Halric is a small Ra, or as they call them, Drons here on the first. Oh, that's creepy. It looks like we're heading back to Mordsuk. With Alice. We could do the long way and run back, but let's go ahead and be lazy. Take the Aetherite to there. So, Mordsuk is where we want to go. See, it takes a little bit of time to cast, about 4 seconds. So it's not a good way to escape from a battle, but it is a good way to get from one town to another without having to run all the way across the desert, especially since that's where all the monsters are, and you'll continuously get attacked. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead, talk to Ron again. See what he's got in terms of nectarines. If only Alice knew. Looks like Alice has gotten a taste for the worms. Looks like we're gonna see a unique view. a lot of the early quests in new areas tend to be this sort of run from one place to another. It looks like we bought the worms for this to bribe this guard. Kill a few things here and there. Eventually, all it does is lead us to a dungeon or a raid instance, and that's where the real fun lies. But I do thoroughly enjoy the overarching story, even if some of these little parts tend to slow down the pace a little bit. Like how it's only once, but apparently she has done this several times. Kind of looks like the area that was salted over in the previous expansion. I can't remember the name of it though.
That nectarine you brought. It's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
Oh, interesting.
They all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of nasty meals.
Ooh, that is dark.
I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I need to wage nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words with the XIV concerning the timing of his songs. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandoned you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless.
Yeah, went with a really, really dark tone for this one, which is all the more disconcerting with how bright everything is. I really notice it when something sort of pans over the camera and darkens everything, just how bright everything is here. Again, instead of wasting time by running across, we'll just go ahead and use the aetheryte to get back. And we can talk to Teslian to hand over the nectarine. That is a rough choice to make. Lots of cutscenes in this one. Hoping to make it to at least the first dungeon.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today. And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken. Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Well, I'll have another bowl then.
That's what I'd like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot.
Pretty sure that's the same voice actress for Lise.
What moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people.
wonder if Aardbart has heard this.
It's just an old bedtime story. You certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, sure. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
I like Teslingen. Probably not a good sign that all of the patients start looking up at the same time.
Teslie.
Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Maybe we should have given him that nectarine after all. Alright, we're heading south. Thankfully it's not giving us a whole big swath of area to search. It does give us a pinpoint as to where we need to go. The unfortunate thing is there are a lot of monsters between here and there. So, looks like we're going to have to take a few of them out. And our poison should tick him away. There we go. And we've made it to our destination. Alright, no Halric here. Head this way and see what we can find. Then just a little reminder of the fall damage. Oh, looks like we're under attack. Ooh, a new version of the Sinless. Forgiven Folly. I am liking the names of the Sin Eaters. One thing I'm trying to keep an eye on is this up here. That lets me know that my poison, or as they call it, bio, is still in effect. It's one of the few dots I have left, or damage over time abilities that I have left since the update. So I just want to make sure that that stays on them, continues to do damage while I continue fighting them with my other spells. The Fat Chocobo, still one of my favorite mounts in the game. And the music that they play for him, so good. So much fun. Alright, looks like I got into a fight I couldn't avoid. I was pretty sure I got out of that, but alright. Definitely having some issues with regards to latency, because I am very clearly out of that AoE, but it's still hitting me. There we go, that one missed. Survey third destination.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep.
Oh, sorry about that. I gotta keep myself from clicking. I have a feeling that's one of the bigger Sin Eaters.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it! There it is! Is that... Oh no! Ulrich!
Alright,
We have to run!
Testling seems like a badass. Seemed like a badass. Well, that sucks.
Tesling! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in vain. Mother, I...
Man, they really can manipulate the faces in unnatural and terrifying ways. Holy crap. This is horrifying. Well, that really sucks. I liked Teslian. Alright, looks like we get past the bill to let the carriers know what happened to Teslian. Yeah, they weren't kidding about how they were sparing people from a fate worse than death. Now I have to talk to Halric too? Who is unresponsive anyway. Let Alice know that we've spoken to the others for her. I think that's what she intends to do. Oh, excuse me. Alright. So it looks like we have to head back to where we started from in this area, which will probably take us back to the Crystarium. And then we can head off in search of Alphinaud. Oh, that's awesome. Alright. Let's get on our own mount. Oh, it's the unicorn again. You know, we can come back here to do some more quests and get some more levels later. But for right now, we can just make our way back to the Crystarium and see what that can get us in terms of moving this story forward. Again, still really hoping to be able to unlock a dungeon sometime today. Gonna go for a little bit longer than we normally do, mainly because I just really like this game. You know what? Those don't look like armadillos. Those look like pangolins. That's what they should have named them. Then again, I'm a little obsessed. Excuse me again, jeez. Alright, back to the Crystarium. Alright, let's go talk to the Exarch, and then we'll head off to find Alphinaud. Yeah, and it's looking like we're getting some more quests here within the Crystarium as well. So that'll be a nice way to gain some levels as well. That's the guy we want to talk to. So back to the Ocular. We'll chat with Alice for a bit. Alright. Back out to find Alphinaud. And we're about halfway to the next level, which lends me to believe that finding both of them should get me up to about level 71. And then, worst case scenario, take some of those little side quests and get myself the rest of the way. But for now, let's get ourselves off to the Rookery so that we can head to that island city full of rich folk to find Alphinaud. Show off our good old letter of recommendation, or introduction, Should we let him know that we've already arrived in Amaro? Alright, so we go back upstairs. This time I'll take the shard. Probably be a little quicker. The launch, there it is. And actually, before we take off, I'm gonna go refill my waters and stuff, and I'll be right back. So hang tight, I'll see you in a few minutes, and we'll continue on. Alright, thanks for bearing with me while I refresh my hydration. But let's go ahead, get to Calusia. off we go. Oh darn, you can still see my green screen. That is a little unfortunate.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Well, that's a fancy looking city. Again, I'm really enjoying the narration. Interesting. That explains why we've been dropped off outside the city. There seemed to be another city not attached to that one. Is he going to tell us the secret, or do we have to guess? Yeah, see, there's another city all the way out there. Wonder if we'll be told what that is. Alright, looks like we've got our ride back to the Crystarium as well. We just first have to go find this Ivor. There's some hobgoblins. Well, I was hoping we could avoid him, but wasn't good enough. Ugh. Creepy little design. Look at those eyes. Doing the classic goblin punch. So used to just using energy drain to fill up my fairy meter. Not quite sure what to do with myself in the new Shadowbringers world. Big old guys are back. They've been around since the very first levels. I think they were called Gabus back that way, but here they appear to be called maltaches, something like that. Just a little shack that we were told to find. And if I had to guess, this is Ivor. Go ahead and give him the time that we've got. The leaky keel. I like it. Alright. So we're heading to little fishing village up here. We are really racking up the aetherites as well. This will be, what, number 4 or 5? 4. Alright, let's take out the big guy. Well, looks like my food's run out, so I'm actually gonna use that before finishing him off, so that I get that bonus experience. We're about halfway to level 71, so moving at a pretty good clip. And all this before we even run into the first dungeon. Alright. Big guy was pretty easy to take down. Made it to Stilltide. And of course, we're going to go ahead and attune ourselves to the aetherite here. And then try and figure out which one of these buildings is the tavern. Here we are, the Leaky Keel. We'll wait here, like we were told. Oh, whoops. You know what? Personally, I really like mead, so go ahead and order that. Alright, looks like we've got to go do some pest control in order to just hang around at the tavern. And I see another aether current. Definitely gonna attune to that. very interesting how they are setting up each of these little towns as similar to one of the areas of Eorzea. So this one looks very similar to the area outside Limsa, where we just were. Was very similar to the area around Uldal. I have a feeling the forested area that Ishtola is in will be similar to Gridania. So it'll be I'm liking how they're setting up how this is somewhat familiar but very exotic all at the same time. It's a nice touch. Go ahead and take care of this one as well. And since there's two of them, we know how best to deal with them. With our new Art of War spell. It does eat through my MP quite a bit. But since my broils cost 400 MP, the Art of War costs 800 MP, as long as I'm using it on more than one creature, it pays for itself, essentially. Well, guess we'll knock louder. Knock one more time. There we go. Alright, well, it looks like the caretaker abandoned his post. But maybe that means we can at least hang around and get the ale that we were, or sorry, the mead we were trying to get earlier. Man, the music for fighting is just so much more epic in this. And the fight music in the previous one was fantastic. Oh, there we go. Now we have two meads.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Alpha Note still looks like a dork. But at least he's not dressed the same as his sister again.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Well, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks find the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
That definitely seems like more of a Lilin answer.
Much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
I do like that they don't make us sit through explaining everything yet again. Just a little flash of us talking and gesticulating.
I see. Both the XIV and Dalize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. Poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
Stakes are always super high.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Oh, the gas.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Asians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
Essentially a chemical weapon that kills people instantly.
Destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the XIV, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin-Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Alright, so that's aside from
And so we take to the road once more.
Alizé being more of a wilderness type experience. Looks like Alphanon's going to be more of a urban type experience. Yeah, 385 again. Definitely looks like these first few story missions are just to get you just to help you get equipped up. But I spent a lot of time getting myself equipped prior to the expansion releasing. Alright. Well, this looks like a job for another mount. I guess we'll go with our little ghost ship again. It is interesting to see that the other areas are abandoned for the most part. Right, looks like we gotta go help somebody in trouble. We'll go ahead and run to do that. That's something I only just now realized. Run used to just take all of something called TP, which were technical points. That was more for your physical abilities as opposed to your magical abilities, which uses MP. Move out of the way of that. We're getting used to fighting these forgiven cowardice. Forgiven cowardices? I don't know. How would you pluralize cowardice? And I'll help Callie here finish off hers as well. And there goes mine. I guess these areas truly are abandoned. explain what we did with LSA. We continue on. Curious to see what Yulmore has to offer. That has everybody's just sort of queuing outside of it. Also see another Aetheryte over there. Let's hop on a mount, make this go a little faster. So this is a flying mount, but you can use them as just a regular mount as well. It probably feels like it's going a little slower than the other mount, but it is going at the same pace. It just feels slower because the scale of the creature compared to the others. We've made it to the outskirts. Seems to be a little bit of a shack city.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
I thought I recognised you. Brought a new friend, eh?
Not who I was expecting based off of the voice.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Oh no. Never good when you have gestures in blue and red. And it's the same music.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all.
Those of you watching the Final Fantasy IX playthrough understand why I'm so amused by this.
Lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all. What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged, and so they are picked over like market produce.
It's very dystopian.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in the city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Even the happy faces are creepy.
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident. For you. Enjoy.
What on earth?
Stuff which you all routinely doles out to the people of Game Town, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Hmm. Well, that was a little odd. Hmm. Another area where it looks like we'll be able to get some more quests later on to help us level up. Because if it's anything like the previous expansions, inevitably we'll run into an area where we'll need to level up, and the main story quests just haven't gotten us there. I'm going to put money that the meal, however they're pronouncing it, is the Soylent Green of this area. I really want to go to there. That seems cool. And I am hoping that the story takes us there at some point. I have run into a dead end. I guess going behind the shacks was not a good idea. Alright. Should be somebody we want to talk to around here. Nope, not her. Don't want another quest. There you go. A little bubbling cooked pot to examine. Looks like they're making a meal soup. Look at all the shipwrecks around the city, too. So I guess there's no way to sneak in. Man, they really did a good job of world building. So far, I've just wanted to learn more and more about each area. It's an interesting way they've set it up. Sort of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. There we go. Another beast tribe. Well, fruits for pearls. A fun little callback to the previous expansion. If we're being employed to help with the exchange, something's going to go wrong. Alright, off to right. But uh-oh. Looks like somebody overheard us. So like I said, if we're tagging along, something bad's gonna happen. But we'll go ahead, hop on a mount, and run ourselves over to right. Which was over this way. this is the Behemoth Mount. Behemoth is one of the random wandering bosses back in the first A Realm Reborn, prior to the expansion packs coming out. And now you can have him as a mount. Forget what it was I had to do to get this guy too, but this might have been another one of the ones where I was subscribed for long enough that they just gave it to me. Here we go. We've made it to right. Areas seem a bit smaller than the areas in Stormbringer. Sorry, Bloodstorm. That's what it was. This is Shadowbringers. Alright, let's get our produce. So this happens a lot with AlphaNode. Where he is not terribly careful with where he is speaking, and inevitably gives the plan away to somebody who shouldn't hear about the plan. And then we have to clean up his mess. But that just means more experience points for us. You also notice that as we discover new areas, we're getting chunks of experience. So that's also helping us move further and further up the experience track. Oh, gotta stop and kill this bird. This evil bird, holy crap. Never really zoomed in on these guys before. They are vicious looking. I don't think that those wings would actually work. There we go. We've reached our destination. It looks like we've got another one of these search mechanics. Oh, that looks like somebody. And looks like a blue-haired Mistel. Appears to be the name for the Mikote, which are the cat people of Final Fantasy XIV. Looks like we gotta go confront this guy to get our stuff back. Oh, it's over here. Let me first get all of the birds to follow me, and then we'll go do this mission. Alright.
The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf over. Look, forgive me. I have to get into the city. I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. Thought maybe I could steal your idea. Get in that way. What is your name?
Ever the softy alpha node.
Tell me then, Kaishir. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Crystarium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did. No, it has to be Yulmore. That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise. To make my deal with the Underworld Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Ulmoran's interest. You'll give me your place, just like that. I'm giving you a chance and nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you. I understand. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Alright, Alphanod. Well, how are we getting into the city then?
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kaishir, it was the difference between life and death. I do not regret my decision, yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best. We strive to bring swift salvation to this world, that countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless? I suppose not. Were a Stinian here, would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending.
That was a pretty good Estinian
Shall we return to Rhine?
impersonation.
Is that? I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Well, we better run off then.
Come on, they may need our help.
Alright, let's get into another mount. Ooh, our fancy flying ship. Another one I don't remember how I got. Another one where it does seem like we're moving very, very slow, but It's just because the scale of the mount is so much bigger than the others. A lot of the flying mounts end up being a lot bigger than the regular mounts. Not sure why that is. Maybe it has something to do with the scaling needed to make it look like you're flying through the air quickly. Since the land is so much further away. Let's go ahead and aid this fella. Looks like we're helping another person out. Alright, somebody who made it into Ulmer. I guess it's work or die there. Oh, we may have found a way into the city after all. Sometimes you can't quite tell how high you can jump in this game. I was pretty sure I'd have been able to make that jump. Alright, back to the city. Or the town of Wright. Can we go up there? Ooh, I'm willing to bet at some point we do go up there. Not for a while yet. Unlike other more open world games, you can sort of tell where you belong based off of the level of things around. So these are all set level 70 stuff. Up here is level 78s. So that looks like it's going to be later on in the game when we've gotten closer to the level cap, which is now 80. Alright, well, we've got a way in. We'll see if it was worth it. Alright, off we go. The Mount Roulette seems to like a certain number of the mounts versus others. But let's head back to Gate Town. Eventually we'll do a bunch of these side quests to level up. But for right now, I'm just interested in getting more of the main story under my belt. We'll work on everything else a little bit later. I love some of the names people give their characters, especially when they are these sort of potato people. I can't remember their real names. Alright, almost there. So we gotta go around. And there we are. Where we shall wait for the jesters. Blech. Speaking of rhymes, gotta be exhausting.
Redemption is beyond us. content of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like this city.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share. Or perhaps for them alone, the promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
This doesn't look any better than Gate Town. Interesting that they've got another area outside of Gate Town that's just as bad as Gate Town. And of course, an Aethernet shard, so go ahead and attune to that. The Glory Gate. Yes, it looks very glorious. Literally called Joyous Hall. Okay. It's a long roped line for such a small place. So, free people and slaves, apparently. Alright, looks like we're in. Odd that they have so many steps for so few people they let into the city. All right, well. Nice of her to be so polite about it. I do like the use they get out of the different emotes. Alright, to the delouser. I think I'm just going to call my shower from now on the delouser. Funny that they had one other person in here. Okay. Now showered and put on perfume. Smelling of roses. Yes. This is what we're saying. Looks like Alphinaud's not a fan of public showers. Guess he never gone to a gym or camp or anything like that where you have to deal with public showers. Alright, off we go. Smelling of roses. Yeah, so very similar to how Limsa Lominsa was set up with the 3 different stories. Not as segregated by wealth. But there's definitely something wrong with this city, so we shouldn't be too surprised. I'll go searching for the other Aethernets after we get ourselves checked in with our patrons. See what that means for the rest of this city. Here we go. We can go ahead and... Oh, we can't use this without special permission. Well, that's a pain. This looks like where we'll be getting all of our special equipment once we finish the main story quest, most likely. Go ahead, repair our equipment. Is this guy selling anything we don't have already? Nah, we're good there. There's the parlor. Well, let's go ahead, advance the story, and then we can explore some more. We've met the Chais, it looks like.
Oh, who's this then?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy. That silken hair, those pearly cheeks. Oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
That's not creepy at all.
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he'll paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, it's better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alfino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I
No, it does have a gift for the gab.
to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to our heart's content.
This is all going to go terribly wrong.
Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Alright, we have made it into the city of final pleasures. And actually, this is where I'm going to leave off tonight. Join me tomorrow, because I am going to be starting up every other Monday, doing MMO Mondays. Mainly so I just have an excuse to keep playing Final Fantasy XIV. So yeah, tomorrow we'll continue on where we're leaving off tonight, and give ourselves the opportunity to keep exploring the world of the First. So far I have been thoroughly impressed. I like how they made everything seem sort of familiar, while at the same time seeming a little strange. The brightness is a little off-putting, but overall I'm thoroughly enjoying the new expansion. So again, stop by tomorrow around 6:30 is when I'll start and we'll continue on with the main story. Until then, good night, and if you enjoyed what you see, feel free to give me a follow so that you know when I'm starting up. Alright, thank you, and have a good evening.